Ladies and gentlemen, round 10, 11, and 12 got some crazy results. Now, if you're following the World Championship match, the World Championship, the entire event, you will see that 7 consecutive draws have been made. But can anyone strike first? Can anyone take the lead first? Well, to be honest, at first we got the answer, but then the other player just proved us wrong and they are again level. There is a short spoiler for you, but if you are if you love the game and you love my analysis, then you will watch the entire video. It's you up to you. But yeah, this is going nuts, guys. This event, this championship is, I'm losing my mind, my hair, everything. I'm just going to lose my hair. Like what even is this championship? But anyways, let's get to the game. So Gukesh in the round 10 game is playing with the black pieces and Ding is playing with the white pieces. So of course their openings are full of surprises and surprises. So Ding starts off with d4. Gukesh plays knight f6, so it's the Indian game. Knight f3. Now you play d5. You can play d5. You can even play bishop g4. Like after d5, bishop g4, there are a lot of things you can play. Sorry, bishop. Yeah, bishop g4. You can even play d5 e6 ideas with black. So yeah, d5, bishop f4, and now e6, and now bishop b4 can be a thing. You can play bishop d6. You can even play c5, try to go for the queen's gambit, and yeah, there are a lot of things you can do. So e3, c5, and now it's a London system. By the way, just as you notice, like this converted. At first, you will see like it's like a queen's gambit, but but since the bishop is there, and as this e3 pawn, as Ding plays e3 pawn, and just as Gukesh plays c5, it has turned into a London. And this is all prep, I think, by both players, because Gukesh also and Ding also has is controlling the time and very much like alike. Bishop e2 and now bishop to d6. As I said, the plan is simple. Bishop d takes c5, bishop takes c5, and now c4. So basically try to create some, you know, like he wants to trade off the center with something. So castles, and now knight to c6, knight to c3, and now there's a lot of things you can do. For example, you can even take the pawn simply. You can even play knight h5. This looks like a tricky move, not tricky move, but like a logical move. You can just kind of want to kick away the bishop. This bishop looks kind of good, although it's not doing much. Instead of just controlling this diagonal, but yeah, I mean, even this knight, if you see, it's just defending the pawn, to be honest. But yeah, so takes, and now he plays knight h5. So that's one of the things I was saying. So Gukesh here now he thinks like, okay, if I play knight h5 now, look at the time. Look at the time. Like after bishop takes c5, c4, okay, Gukesh spent like almost 30 minutes. Like knight h5, and now look at Ding's time. Look at Ding's time. I mean, this is insane. I mean, 25 minutes from Ding as well for this bishop g5 move, attacking the queen. Now you can simply go back to bishop e7. You don't want to play this move because this will weaken this pawn, and also this knight will be trapped. So you don't want to do that. So bishop e7, knight to e4, and now knight back to f6. Takes, queen trade, rook takes. So if you notice at this, if you look at this position, you will see him like, okay, this pawn is, I mean, this structure is super weak for black. I mean, they're not cool, not a good, great structure. But on the other hand, it's still playable position. And yeah, bishop to d7, and now rook a to c1. You can now play rook a to c8 as well. But yeah, bishop e8 offering a trade. a rook trade happened, and now king g7, and yeah, this is simply a draw. Rook to c8, trading everything off, every material off. Even though we are still at the 25th move, I mean the play is easy for both sides. Both sides are playing um, with a constant time control. Oh, sorry. But yeah, anyways, sorry, just a mistake. So bishop to c6, and yeah, knights are traded, and now this is opposite side colored bishop, opposite colored bishop. So this is just a draw. Anyways, even if you got the spoiler for the game, but still it was anyways a draw. I was saying at the earlier stage that even after the knights are traded, because of the opposite, not opposite colored bishop, I'm so dumb. Sorry. Actually, I just woke up, and I am like so much sleepy right now. But since I had to make this recap video, uh, I was like, okay, whatever. I will just blabber around whatever nonsense I can. But yeah, I have to make this video. But yeah, not because of the opposite colored bishop, but because of the opposition for the king side. Because both kings do not have a square to move forward, and the bishops and also the pawns are well connected, and yeah, there's nothing much you can do in this position. Both sides cannot do anything, and they agree to a draw by threefold repetition, not by agreement, because that's against the rules in this format. So yeah, coming back to game 11, Gukesh is playing with the white pieces and dealing with the black, and Gukesh surprises doing again with knight f3. Not surprised this time because Gukesh has played the reti before also in my previous recap. So Gukesh is like, I'm going to go with the same d5, c4, b4. Now this is something like very rare. You can now play d3, or you can even play a4 at some point, or a3, try to defend this pawn. You can even play e3, and let's say black takes. You take with the d pawn, and yeah, life is happy. c5, and now you can play ea3, or you can even play, like, you can even gambit the pawn. Maybe you can even play d3 as well, or maybe bishop to b2, because this pawn we will get anyways later. So e3 has been played, knight to f6, and now a3. And if you look at the time after e3, look at Ding's time, 38 minutes, like 38 minutes spent on knight f3 or knight f6. And Yukesh is like playing rapidly because he's still in his prep. A3 defending the pawn, and now bishop to g4. Look at Ding's time again, 22 minutes. Bishop to g4, e takes d4, c takes d4, and now h3. Look at Gukesh time. Gukesh is playing super fast. Queen takes, and now queen c7. Still not so. I mean, it's very comfortable for white to play this position, because now you can even play d3 and try to open up this bishop, and maybe knight d2 at some point. So d3 has been played, and now a5. Ding is like taking some space and trying to create some chances on the queen side pawns. Tukesh is like, no, b5. Knight bd2, knight bd7, and now I mean you can play bishop f4. You can even play knight d2, knight b3 to target this pawn, and also you can play bishop e2 for short castle. Lokesh here spends 1 hour. Can you believe, guys? 1 hour he spent on the move g3. Now g3 is a logical move. You want to play bishop g2. You don't want to come from this side, but you want to come from this side, so that you can lifetime keep pressure on this b7 pawn. But you two spent 1 hour. I mean, you were ahead in time, but yeah, still you are ahead in 2 minutes, but still. Now knight to c5 immediately, because now he wants to target this pawn, and the idea is you can play the idea is to go knight d7 and knight e5 to, you know, bishop g2, and 97 castles, and now 95 being following his plan. And now here I guess what Gukesh had to do was to go queen d5. The position is seems very tricky for white because black is having comfortable position now. Like Ding is like, you can say that Ding is kind of back in this game, and he's having some edge, so maybe queen d5 should have been played. But Gukesh plays queen f4. Now I get his point. He wants to pin this knight, but I mean, if I look if I show you the you have been seeing my recaps. I'm not using the evaluation bars, but if I show you the evaluation bar now, it's it's doing good for black. Look at this, plus plus 2 plus 0.2. Now Ding plays rook d8 and now rook d1. This is a very passive move, I would say, because here I guess you should play knight. I guess you should play like, I don't know, like, I guess to you can like as a human level move you can play bishop e4 trying to defend this pawn. Even though yeah, it's kind of defending the pawn because the queen is still pinned to the knight. So let's say after let's say if I play bishop e4, you can't take with this. You can't take this because if I take, you can't take back because of the queen is hanging. So here plays rook d1. Now I guess the position is very good for black. If I show you, look at this 0.9 after this move. This is a very passive move now. So yeah. Uh, but here Ding plays dg6. What Ding had to do was to play f6. Now I don't know what the idea is. I guess the idea is to yeah, the f6 is the idea is to defend this knight and then you can try to take the knight. I believe take the pawn. Or maybe not that. I guess you could play e6 as well. E6 is also a very natural move to play because you can play bishop d6 and try to counter attack the attack. Like let's say e6 and let's play some moves like I don't know, like let's play a dumb move like rook a2, and now you can play bishop d6, and now look at this. Who is in danger now? This was should have been an initial plan, but instead Ding went the other way. He played went g6. Now the idea is to go bishop g7, and now Kukesh immediately plays a immediately not immediately he took 12 13 minutes of time, and then he plays a4 h5, and now b6. Look at this tactical move by a a very sneaky tactical move by Kukesh here. b6. If you take, I take the knight. A deflection move, a deflecting move, queen d6, and now bishop to a3, pinning the knight. And yeah, this is just great looking for white now. White is back in the game, even though he did some mistakes, but yeah, now he has he has he has fixed everything or fixed everything. I look at this bishop h6, bishop takes knight, queen takes, and now queen to e4. This pawn is gone now, almost gone. It's almost gone. Knight c6 defending the pawn, but on knight to a3. The knight is about to go to b5. Look at this, so much thing. So that after knight b5, you can even go knight c7, trying something, trying some shenanigans. You can even place a knight on a7, I believe, because if knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, queen takes. I mean, this is still very good for white. Rook d7, trying to defend the pawn again. And here I guess this is a mistake because here I guess what Ding should have done, a short castle. I don't know why he wasn't considering to castle. Maybe because he thought that this this side is looking quite weak for him. But I don't think he was quite weak because after castling it still had some game left. But he plays rook d7, which is not a not the best move. Knight c2, queen takes, and now rook b1 immediately. Now, yeah, rook got an open file. You can play rook b3, rook b1. Not even rook b3. Sorry, rook b5 looks more safe. Rook d5 and then rook b1. Queen goes to c7 and now rook b5. And now Ding castles. The idea is now to go to rook b8. And now if I give you this position, you would think, and if I ask you, what would you play in this position? And you will say like, oh well, this is simple. Rook b1, as I say, I'm just gonna follow my plan, like rook b1, rook b8, and I mean, you can even play knight a3, I believe, knight a3, or I mean, knight a3 sounds quite obvious. But to be honest, black doesn't have much moves. He's too much stuck in defending this pawn. I mean, just knight f3 at some point. This is what your initial thought would be, but here Kukesh plays knight a1, which is an insane move. I mean, not even an obvious, not even a best move to be honest in this position. It's a retreating move, but it's not the best move in this position. But I guess he was like playing mind games with Ding. He thought that okay, Ding might have calculated rook b8, rook b1, and rook b1, rook d8, rook b8. But Gukesh is like, I'm going to let him think more because he's low on time. Ding is low on time. I mean, even Gukesh is kind of low on time, but at least he can put Ding under time pressure now, and he plays knight a1, leaving Ding under deep thoughts. And look at this. This is what exactly happened. Ding thought for about 7 minutes. Not even 7 minutes, I believe. He thought for about yeah, he thought for 7 minutes actually. My maths is kind of weak, but yeah. Knight to b3, and now the idea is to go knight c5. Knight c5. I mean, this is insane. This knight, look at the knight. If you look at the knight first went to c2, then to a1, and now to b3, and after e6, and now to c5. Look at this knight. The knight is dancing around on the board. You wanted entertainment, guys? This is what entertainment looks like. Look at this. Knight c5, attacking the rook. Rook goes to e7. Rook b1. And now King plays queen c8, which is a huge blunder. Now I will give you 5 seconds to. Actually, this puzzle requires only 3 seconds. Can you spot the winning blow in this game? If you have found it, very well done. It's And ladies and gentlemen, in this position, Cookie sacrifice the queen. Queen takes c5, c6. So the idea is, if you take with the take back, takes, takes, and boom, you are up a material. And if you take with the pawn, boom. If you take. And this is again, Gukesh is a Gukesh is up material. He's going to play knight b7 next move to win this pawn. This is insane. This is just an insane. I mean, what a game by Guk. This was an insane game because Gukesh was like his opening prep didn't went too well, to be honest. Like this move here, it went like after this, just as the queen went to f4, like here. This was completely game over for not even here. Like when he plays rook d1, this was completely game over for white. But yeah, not completely game over. That's too much of an exaggeration. But in general, it was not good for white at all. But then after that, Lukesh just went on, and yeah, he just absolutely butchered Ding after that. Yeah, he didn't show any mercy. Like he punished Ding for not finding the best moves in the position for converting the game. And yeah, what a crazy game by Kukesh. And Ding was very heartbroken after this, and Ding was like, well, I have made some comebacks in my last championship where I defeated Nia Nepomniachtchi in game 12. I might try this time again. And since I got the white pieces, I might try for that again. So, yeah, Ding is playing with the white pieces. And since I flipped the board because I'm a Gukesh supporter, guys, and I want to watch, even if Gukesh loses, wins, or draws, I will always watch on this perspective in this form, or in this entire event. So, yeah. And here Ting plays c4, so his English weapon he's playing. Normally you would play e5, e5, knight c. Nah, sorry, if like normally the opening goes like knight e5, mm, knight c3, bishop b4, g3. You play knight c6 if you, and if let's say play e3. I mean this is normally you would play, right? Okay, here plays e6. Can you believe that? Like what the, like I know understand why he's playing e3 e6. It's because he wants to play d5. He wants to keep the like the queen's gambit position. G3 and now d5. He's using his plan knight f6, knight f3, d4, and now castles and now knight c6. Everything is in prep for both sides actually. Bishop e7 and now d3, trying to open up the bishop, and maybe in future he wants to go Ding wants to go e4. Takes and now e5. Now the idea is to put bishop d6 and or maybe even short castle and go for rook e8 idea, something like that. Look at look at time now. Ding again spending some 20 minutes to 11 minutes to on making knight c3. Like again, I think at this point his prep is over, I believe. Yeah, short castle, rook e1, and now h6. I guess the h6 is, I don't know why he plays h6, because I don't know if bishop h g5 or knight g5 was even a threat, because nothing was going on, to be honest. Here I guess rook e8 could have been more of a super like super logical move, but yeah, a3. Mukesh plays a5 and now he's like playing in the queen side. Bishop to e6 and now king to h2. Look at this. This is the best move in the position. He played in about 12 seconds, 12 to 15 seconds. Look at this. King h2 is the great move. When I was watching this game, like at that time my engine was on, obviously, because how would I know that? Like I mean, okay, by telling on the perspective of the position, I can guess. Like I can made according to my experience of the of playing the game, I can tell my perspective, and many of times it goes right. But still, I use the engine because during that time, because I don't know what the heck is going on. This is a top level game. Anything can happen. So and when I saw King H2, I mean, I was like, okay, King H2 is a very hard move to find protect, but he found it in like 12 seconds, 12 to 15 seconds, and I was like quite shocked. I mean, Dingus today has eaten something special for breakfast. I mean, yeah, I mean, Rook B8. I don't know, maybe he has eaten ice cream, because that's whenever he wins, he always eats ice cream. So maybe this time also yeah. Anyways, Rook E8 now. He is playing Rook E8. Knight b5, so the knight is now entering the kingdom. Bishop to f5 and now rook to d1. Look at white is very comfortable in this position. Two rooks on this file. The knight is doing a very great job. This knight is strong. Queen is coming at some point to attack. I mean, this is just horrible for black, to be honest. Yeah, horrible, that's the right word you heard, because black is quite stuck, black doesn't know what's the plan is. The plan, this bishop, even though it's targeting this pawn, but still there's no plan. The bishop is not doing much other than just keeping the pressure here. But this knight also, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're covering the square, but what's the use of there? I mean, there's nothing happening on that square. This square is controlled twice, I mean, and also like this, like, I mean, this is just not good for like black. Anyways, knight d7, queen d2, and now bishop to g6. If I turn the engineering, I can guarantee you white is doing absolutely better here. Look at this. 1 point plus 1.1. Look at this. Look at this. Plus 1.1. I mean, what a, yeah, I mean, I think Gukesh was, I don't know if he was too overconfident, or like, I don't know what was going on through his mind the entire time after winning the match. Yes, after winning the last round, but yeah. e4, knight to g1, a retreating move, but not exactly a retreating move, because now we can play knight e2 at some point. So yeah, knight to b6, queen to c3, and now bishop to f6. queen c2, and now a4. Knight. I mean, white is just shuffling around, developing the pieces, and yeah, look at this. Knight f4 takes, and now rook to c8, queen to queen to c5, queen to c3, and now knight to b8, which is also a very huge mistakes. This traps the c8 rook. Ding had to go knight a7. Knight a7 is just trapping the rook completely, and yeah, you can just win with an exchange up. And Mukesh is also very low on time. Like he has 7 minutes on, and he has to make like a 15 moves he has to make. But he misses knight a7. He plays d5, which is the great move in this position, by the way, which is the best move. Knight a7 is also winning. I'm not saying that it's like, yeah, but it also was the option for a better simple move. In the press conference, when asked that why didn't he play 97, to that was an easier way. I was shocked to hear his answer. I mean, I guess you would also be shocked to hear his answer. He said, I missed it. He didn't saw 97. I was like, what? 97 he didn't see. What the F, man? Come on, at this level you should see this tactics. But yeah, I mean, d5 is also a best move. Idea is simple. Idea is not only the queen is eyeing on this whole diagonal, giving pressure here, but because of the rook, this has white got this this passer. Queen to d7. Queen to d7. The idea is to build some space for the rook. d6 and now c5. I think here how Gukesh could have survived the position, maybe because after you could take the pawn, because taking this pawn could have been at least playable in this position. But yeah, c5 and now knight to c5. Knight is well seated here. No, nothing can remove this knight. This pawn is completely protecting this, and yeah, rook f8, bishop takes, knight to c6, and yeah, Gukesh is like playing something out in this position to try to go for. I mean, he's already lost hope in this position. Knight to d5, takes, and a knight to b8. He's just shuffling around. Look at this. Look at all his pieces. Look at all his pieces. All are jammed behind the home squares. Like look at this. These they are so locked up, so passive, not doing anything. This bishop is looking good. I'm not gonna lie. It's looking very good. But what is he doing? Like he's except for controlling the diagonal. What is he doing else? Nothing. There's no pawns he can defend. Nothing is happening here. I mean, this bishop is kind of bad as well. Queen takes, and now Bing is just up 2 pawns. This is just completely game over now. Mukesh should have resigned here, but I mean, I don't know why he was playing around. Rook e7. Yeah, now d7. Rook c4. Queen to e3. Like this is just game over. Gukesh trying some counterplay, but there's nothing happening here. And after f6, and yeah, this was the entire losing move. I mean, obviously the game was already losing, but this helped Ting to find the final blow. And guys, in this position, my man Ding sacrificed the rook. Now the idea is, if you take the rook, obviously, now I mean, you can take. If you take, boom. If you play this, boom. Mate is coming very soon. I mean, this and I mean, yeah, just this, and let's say you go there. This is this is a mate, force mate. I'm just showing you the mate because I love to show mate. It's fun. But I mean, what a crazy, like, you will notice that in the game in game 11, Gukesh sacrificed the queen and won. In this, Ding was like, I don't need to sacrifice my queen when I can sacrifice the rook for the memes. I mean, absolute, yeah, I mean, absolute genius. What a comeback by Ding. This was the perfect game in the entire championship. And if I show you, like the accuracy is insane. Like not insane, but 92.5 for Ding. And guys, Gukesh's accuracy is 80.5. I mean, this is that's just insane. Like Gukesh played very Like I would say very horribly this game. Game was not a good game at all for him. Like yeah, I was so upset by that yesterday. Like we just got a winner, like we just got the leader in the format, but now he was not overtake, but he's now equalized again with Ting. I mean, this is just insane. This World Championship is going nuts, almost like a movie. I'm going to take some break first. I need to, like, my head is spinning around watching these games. Yeah, my hair is also spoiled. By the way, guys, for the next weekend, my new webcam is coming very soon, and I will be getting rid of this webcam. And yeah, I mean, so many things are happening. Yeah, yesterday I also had a very bad day. I had some fight with my parents and everything, so I was my whole day was very insane. But yeah, uh, and the Gukesh also lost, so like this was just a horrible day yesterday. But yeah, I hope Gukesh now there are only two games remaining. This is going insane, man. Gukesh is going to play with white now, and the last game Ding is going to play with black. Ding is going to play with white. What do you think might happen? Can we finally get a world champ? Like, can we? Is this match heading towards the tie breaks, or like, do we finally get a champion in this within these two games? Let me know in the comment section. That's all I got for you today. Make sure to make an account on Outpost Chess, and it's a great website. I'll put the link in the description. That's all. Get out of here.